What is normal behavior and what are some examples?
So I think the behavior depends on the situation that we're in. So, for example, here in school, normal behavior would be sitting quietly in your desk, listening to the teacher and following instructions. So abnormal behavior would be anything that is not that. So if you're screaming or crying in the middle of class hysterically, that's not typically what you would, I guess, call normal behavior. Maybe it depends, like, on your perspective, like what you personally think is normal behavior. But I think it depends on the situation.
Okay. What is abnormal behavior and can you give some examples?
Yes. So abnormal behavior also situational. So like if you're at a concert and everyone's yelling and screaming and you're like sitting down reading a book quietly, that would maybe be abnormal behavior. But again, it's mostly, I think behavior is defined by the situation and sort of societal norms and what people expect from you.
Okay. Who should decide what normal and abnormal behavior is?
So currently, I think that society dictates what is normal or not normal, and maybe that depends culturally. And you know, like here in Honduras, something might be normal, but in Asia, somewhere it might not be normal. And so I think that society defines those things a lot. But I suppose if you wanted to be more scientific about it, you could be like using very factual, evidence-based reasoning for your normal and abnormal. But I don't know who should. But currently, I feel like society dictates it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, what is normal behavior and can you provide some examples of what normal behavior is?
I think normal behavior is having morals and values, having a good education, and having goals in life, and also having a rational way of thinking and behaving. And I think that the people in the school are an example of normal behavior.
What is abnormal behavior and what are some examples of abnormal behavior?
I think abnormal behavior is a behavior that is disturbing to the people that surround you. And not following the rules and laws and being misbehaved is an example of abnormal behavior.
Who should decide what normal and abnormal behavior is and why?
I believe that the ones that should decide what a normal and normal behavior is society, because society decides what's wrong and right.
Thank you.
Are there common themes in the responses? Yes, the responses have common themes because they both provide examples of students at school, and at the end, both of them said that they think that society is the one who decides what is normal and abnormal behavior.
What are there reasons you agree with and why? Yes, Ms. Fig said really interesting things. She mentioned that abnormal and normal behaviors vary depending where you're at or the situation. She was correct with the things she mentioned. She gave really good examples of abnormal and normal behaviors. Like for in school, an abnormal behavior, as she mentioned, can be like not listening to the teacher or things like that. And normal behavior, like paying attention and getting good grades.
Are there responses you disagree with and why? No, I practically agreed with most of the answers, but the one I disagreed the most was the one that society made the rules and was the one who defined what is abnormal and abnormal behavior, because the only way you can agree with that is if you let society define you if you're normal or abnormal.
What examples of normal and abnormal behavior would you add to what your interviews provided? As in the interviews they mentioned before, they vary. We can add that maybe stealing and cheating is abnormal behavior. 5. Who should decide what normal and abnormal behavior is? I agree with both of the people that we interviewed. They said that the society is the one that defines what normal and abnormal behaviors. But I also think that it depends on you if you want to agree with that determination of normal and abnormal behavior.